Welcome to another video, and as you can see by the title, we've got another ultimate guide to map spots and positions, and this one is obviously on Rotterdam. I'll try to explain all the different places and basically what I'm doing and how these spots and stuff can be useful. Some of them aren't. Right at the start here, you can see this is where I was trying to work out and find out how to get into this spot while I was actually just running around the map finding spots. So this is actually me trying to find this spot for the first time. But yeah, obviously this takes absolutely ages to make these types of videos, finding all the spots. So if you can drop a like for me straight away at the start of the video, or as soon as you see one spot you think is useful or pretty cool. And as you can see here, this is on D flag, and you can get right up on this close to this roof. There is a barrier there stopping you from going any further, but you can see all the way over to B. Here there's another high ledge, two different ways to get up, one with a bayonet, one without. This is on D flag. The bayonet way is much easier. And yeah, you can get up quite high onto above D flag. I can't remember if you can capture the flag from up there, but obviously the enemies will hardly ever look up, and you can therefore get the one up on them, if you like, and you can kill them first before they see you, or you can shoot at them first before they shoot back. But yeah, so I'll try to explain all the different positions, and I'll put all of the most useful ones and the most entertaining and best ones right at the start of the video, so that you don't have to wait through the whole thing to find the best ones. So now I'm just going to show all the different ways you can get on top of the train. So here you've got obviously the stairs there to get on top. You can simply jump and climb up on this side here. You've got this little bit of wood stuck in the corner over here. It's another way to get up. Obviously getting on top of the train is very useful because again you can attack enemies on the bridge from an unexpected position, and they hardly ever look up, so you can get up to there. You can also run out and jump up from that carriage there, and that pretty much completes all this ways to get up on the train on this side. In the middle, you've got these two fortifications here you can build, and you can climb up onto the bridge, onto the train from the middle of the bridge. And then the only way you can get up on the train at the other end, so where A flag is just by breaking the glass along either side, and it is a bit tough to get up. You can either jump up to the side or grab it, and just a small jump, and there we are, you're up on the bridge. So that is the only way on this side, and that's all the ways you can get up on top of the train. Right, this is going to be a bit quick and hard to explain, but pretty much all of the buildings in Rotterdam, as you can see, can be destroyed with explosives, and gives you a little opening or a little hole within which you can obviously get into. This can be very useful by doorways like there on my left, and you know, basically just anywhere, because you can sit up on this C flag specifically. You can sit out off of the flag, so that enemies don't even know you're on the flag, even though basically you're on C flag, and you can kill the enemies without them knowing you're there. And as you can see here, either side of any of these hallway entrances, there is a much larger opening with which you can get in and hide in. So I'm not going to show this around the whole entire map, otherwise it would take absolutely ages. But basically you can blow up all of the bottoms of the buildings around the map, and it gives you a place to hide in, which is can be very, very useful in some scenarios. But they're just a really nice way to get up onto B flag. You know how many people camp there, and therefore you can get the jump on them there. Here, very, very cool. You can get underneath this walkway, and you can stand up, and therefore you can just travel between B flag and D flag without anyone knowing you're there or getting killed. And it's very nice, and you can just hide there. Basically, it's pretty cool. Here you build some fortifications on D. There's a really nice spot here. You climb up onto this wood, jump, crouch in the air, so you can get under here and crawl under here. The building there has been blown up just for show. You can see all the way over onto B and a bit along the waterway, and you'll see in a second, even when the wall hasn't been blown up, which most of the time when you get into the position it will be blown up because of how many explosives are in Rotterdam towards this building. You can see you've still got a pretty good view over towards B, and yeah, people aren't going to expect you to be in the window on the 3rd floor, so it's pretty nice there. Two places here on E flag just to get up on top of either of these towers on either side. These are really useful if you're spawn trapping an enemy, or just in any case. It provides a really nice head glitch, if you like, where you only show a very little amount of your body, and it's actually very useful. Here's the other side, and it's very useful for hiding from tanks, because tanks can't get you with explosives because they hit the other side of the building. So they have to aim specifically with explosives for your body, which is unlikely. Here, pretty much at the top of any of the staircases in Rotterdam, you can climb onto the railing at the top of the, where you can't go up any further on the top floor, and you can look out the top window and shoot out of it. So again, people aren't going to expect you that. So like that example there a second ago, you can get up to the third floor and look out of the windows from the third floor windows across to B, where no one's going to expect you. So it's very, very cool. And just another example here, just by C flag, looking at the top of the train, you can kill people who are camping and watching the top of the stairs. Here, if you never know how to get out of here, when people always build these barriers and block you in on your own spawn, simples there, just climb on top of the pillar, don't walk forward into it, just jump, just press X or A next to it and you can just climb onto it and jump over. One or two here, just hidden fortifications you might not know about. Most people will, but you know, I'm putting them in the video because it's going to be the ultimate guide for everything. So just 2 unexpected fortifications there. Here, this works again around any place of the map. This is a wrap around, jump around tutorial, or, you know, where there's always enemies hiding and camping in these sort of corners of the buildings. I missed the jump there, but there's a way you can just jump around and grab the ledge of the next window and you can get in behind them. Most of the time they're going to be watching the doorway, and therefore you can just get a free kill by shooting them in the back. And here's just another example over by D flag. But obviously remember, this can be applied anywhere around the map. Now the next one you'll see is going to apply to anywhere where there's a staircase. This has worked so many times for me in games. When people are coming up the stairs and chasing you, especially if there's multiple enemies, it's common sense and it's logical, but I'll show it just for, you know, just to show it for the ultimate guide. Jump out the window, turn facing the windows below, and just grab the ledge. And most of the time you can shoot the enemies in the back because they're watching and looking up the stairs. But yeah, that pretty much completes it for most of the best and useful spots. A lot of these ones now are just going to be little ledges on tops of just like little balconies and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously here on E flag, just cool little, just in bounds of the flag, or you know, in bounds of the map, just behind these sandbags. So it's a good hiding spot. People won't expect you there. But yeah, so that pretty much completes it. That was a useful spot there a second ago. And these are all just like the little ledges and stuff, which you'll see for the rest of the video. So all of these spots here, which you can get onto ledges, are all around the map. I've shown most of them. Basically, these aren't the most useful. The only way they can be utilized and be pretty useful is simply just, you know, you can, if you've got a little bit of time, you jump and climb onto these ledges, and any enemies who are coming around the corner, they're obviously not going to look up. Or if an enemy is even pre-aiming or pre-firing coming around a corner and you're up on the ledge, well, obviously they're not going to be aimed at you because they're going to be aiming at the normal height of an enemy, of an enemy soldier. They're not going to be looking up, and therefore you will automatically be able to fire shots aimed at them when they're not even aimed at you, even if they're pre-aimed. So yeah, I'll try butt in on a few more bits now throughout the rest of the video. There is a few more interesting spots still in the video, which I'll commentate on and explain. But yeah, I've covered most of them. You know, cool ledge here. You can see and get headshots on enemies for most of the bridge. And then obviously here it's just a waterway. You can just basically hide around this corner, and you know, enemies won't look there to find you. But yeah, so without me babbling on like I am, I'll butt in and talk and commentate on some of the further things. But without that, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. Be sure to check out the other maps in this playlist of the Ultimate Guide. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one after I've finished commentating on the rest of these. So in a second. So this here is simply one of the pillars, which obviously the bridge is being held up by. Pretty much all of these along either side of the bridge, or the majority of them, as you can see, you can jump on the railing, jump down and grab onto them. Here, if you've got people camping in this corner house by A, and if you've got them in a spawn trap, here's an alternate way, as you can see, to get up and kill them. They won't be expecting you to come in through that way. They'll be watching the stairs, which is the only way you supposedly could get into the building. And this is just showing you can get a bit higher up if you want to be able to look onto the bridge. Again, this is just one of the ledges you can get up onto, but obviously this one here is on the corner, but are looking to B. If the enemy team captures B, there's going to be a lot of them coming around that corner to go and capture A flag, if that is your spawn. And so simply just climbing on up onto one of these ledges will just give you the up where you can kill most of them before they come around the corner, and they obviously won't expect you to be higher up. This here is simply just showing all of the ledges there which you can get onto if you use a car. There is no way to climb up onto them normally.
Hier, Munition.
This can be a pretty unique one, but you probably won't use it very much. It's simply you can just look over to the buildings. Anyone who is standing up along the waterway over there on the edge, coming towards D flag, where you might find a lot of snipers, you can probably get a few headshots on them. But yeah, that was just a few there, spawn spots from this side of the map. But yeah, that obviously concludes the video. Just one or two spots left now, just on D flag after this one. But yeah, I'll try and get out videos for Narvik, Mercury and Marita within the next few weeks. It's probably the last few maps that I will do. Be sure to obviously leave a like, and yeah, I will see you on the next one.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious, release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blown me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan.